Richard, everybody. Keep the clapping going. Keep the applause going. Keep it up. And welcome to the stage, the fabulous Matt. Welcome.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Pleasure to be here. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that kind of stuff. Welcome to the Greg's Alcoholic Lady. I don't know what you call it. I don't know. Greg's Alcoholic Partner Lady. I go to Greg's. That's what I'm saying. I'm a great fan of Greg's because I like my food just 1 degree above room temperature. And I don't know. I've never met your boyfriend, but in my opinion, he's a fucking liar. If he's like most of the Greg's employees, because I always say, is that warm? And they always go, yeah, and then they give it to you. It's not fucking warm, it's freezing. It's like freezing out there. And welcome to our South African friend, which is a pleasure to have you here. Welcome to our country, relax, enjoy. I speak a little bit of South. I learned how to speak South African.
Which language?
Say again?
Which language was from?
South African. Not from the north, but from the south. I should explain. I was on an airplane. It was a complicated story. I was on an airplane, and as we all came to land, and obviously when I say came to land, I don't mean we inherited a small farm. We did this. We came to land, and the girl next to me goes, "Oh, my ears had popped," and I didn't hear a thing, but I had to show her how to hold her nose and had to swallow really hard, so it was quite a good flight. But the point is that the air hostess came over the PA, and this is how I learned to speak South African. You know when you get two numbers, you put them together, you add them, right, and you put flowers in a vase, right, you put those two, and she goes, "I advise you to fasten your safety belt." And that's how you learn. And I'm sorry, it's a terrible accent, I apologise, but they can't help it. So yeah, I had a crazy Christmas. That's what I'm saying. I've got to hold this here. So I just wanted to change it. I just wanted that time of year when you want to change or whatever. I just couldn't change it or whatever. I'm trying to find where to do it. So I did a lot of soul searching over Christmas. A lot of soul searching, and if I'm honest, I couldn't find it. I even looked behind the sofa, and ironically, I found some change, so it wasn't all bad. So yeah, I did a lot of meditating, too much meditating. Eventually I got arrested by the Thought Police for loitering in memory lane. And then I started experimenting, thanks mate, I'm trying to work on this other stuff about having a job as an emotional baggage handler in the airport. I've just got emotional baggage handler, which is quite nice. And we're trying to work with terminal and how I was just left on life's carousel and no one picked me up and something like that. But this is new material, right? So whatever, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I did a lot, and then over Christmas I experimented with drugs and nearly died. Actually, yeah, I crashed a helicopter made out of aspirins. And then I took a whole lot of LSD and started brushing my hair and slipped into a drug-induced coma. Yeah, whatever. So, and it didn't work. That's why it didn't work. And in the end, out of desperation, I turned on the television. And I just grabbed it by the screen and said, "You've wasted my fucking life," because I turned on the television. I didn't. Okay. New material. So then, obviously, New Year was quite exciting. I got my computer. We got the IT guys in. Yeah, I'd set my gaming rig up to 1024 by 768. There you go. That's my New Year's screen resolution. Come on. Yeah. So and I've decided to move, which is good because I just don't like the area where I am. It's a tricky situation. I live in a shared house and it's just not working. Anyone else live in a shared house? Yeah, you live in it. He wants to move in with you. It doesn't. I don't know if it works for you. I've got the house Monday to Thursday, and then Dave has it on the weekends, and it's just not working. I've got nowhere to stay. I end up staying around his place on the weekends, and he's charging me rent. So whatever. But he stays with me. But basically, I'm going to be. It's a weird area. Like I live next to. There's a model shop next door, which is really nice. You know, it's only about that. Perfume detail. Way. And on the other side, this is actually in Reading. I live next to the Blacksmiths. You know the Blacksmiths in Reading? No, that's not a real one. It's a forgery. So. And it's an interesting area because just opposite from us, there's a magic shop, which has been there for a very successful magic. It's closed now. It's a successful magic shop, and over I think the last 3 or 4 years, it's changed hands about 3 times, and no one can see how it was done. And then in the end, apparently, a load of money vanished from the till, and the manager disappeared. So. There we go. What have we got here? So I'm just saying, life is kind of crazy. Do you know what I mean? You've got to get on with your life. And I'm looking for a new relationship. I recently had a homosexual relationship with Johnathan Ross and just petered out because of his disinterest. You know, I was talking to him over the winter. I said, you know, Johnathan, is this relationship going to go anywhere at all? And he just looked out of the window and said, I think it's beginning to wane. So that's right. Fuck off, mate. So. But we're all trying to find good relationships. You know what it's like? You know when you're trying to find a soulmate and you end up with a cellmate? You know when you're trying to find a primate and you end up with a primate? Do you know what I mean? You know when you're trying to find like a psychotherapist and you end up with Psycho the rapist? Yeah. It just doesn't really work. So, where am I going here? And I've got a lot of problems because I'm honest. I don't like to talk to many people because I'm honest, and that is really awkward. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was in Nero's a couple of days ago, and I hadn't been there for a while. I went in, and this guy's like, haven't seen you for a while. I'm thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, I don't want to get in a conversation. I don't want to explain to someone I don't really know why I haven't been somewhere that I haven't been. You know, it's too complicated. And I kind of said, look, I'm not being impolite, but I don't want to have to explain why I haven't been where I haven't been to someone that I don't know, because the more I say to you, the more we'll know each other, and then every time I see you, you're going to go all right, and I'm going to have to go all right, and I don't particularly want to check whether you're all right, because I don't want to have a conversation with you. I'm not being rude. And it's okay, but if you could just tell me what coffee you want, that would really help. And I get that it's like when beggars, right? I'm not having a go at beggars. I think they're doing the best they can with the information they've got available to them, but I just don't want to get in a conversation with a lot of people, let alone beggars, and then they go spare any change, and I'm like, honestly, I think, well, yeah, technically I can spare some change. I have got some spare change, but I haven't got much change because everyone uses cards, so I've only got like £1 or £2, and I kind of want that in case I want to buy something small, you know, but I don't want to give them, and I just, it's a bit like, you ask me if I got, it's like me saying, you got spare organs. Do you know what I mean? Like, technically you have, and you could pass them on, but you don't. That's what I mean, it's the awkwardness. This is true. I was walking down the street, down the Oxford Road, and I got stopped by a couple of Mormons, that's right. The guys in suits with the badge and the Bible, you know what I mean? More men, there were 2 of them. I wish there were less. But they had this book, and they started saying, you know, have you considered Jesus as your saviour? And I'm like, you don't want to go there. No, we do, blah, blah, blah. And this guy's saying, look, I believe every word in this book, you know, is the honest gospel truth. And I said, well, I believe my mate Ian still owes me 20 quid from last week. It doesn't really matter what you believe these days. You know, people fuck around. You know, and if that book is like any other book I've read, about 80% of it's true. I wouldn't take every word as true. And he's like, but I believe every word of the book. And I said, yeah, but did you read a lot of books? Did they give you 5 books at the Church of Latter-day Saints of Jesus Christ and say, pick the one you think is right? Or did they just give you that one? Because, you know, if I'd only read Jack and the Beanstalk, I'd probably fucking believe that. So that I'm trying to save people from... this is true, I came out of Costa's, there was a guy in a jean jacket, I had my earbuds in, and then he's talking to me, going to go and say, he's talking to me, and he's like, have you considered Jesus Christ as your saviour? And there's a moment when I stop and I think, can't be fucking bothered. Like, are we going to change the world right now in this conversation? You know, it's like when you get drunk and you have that conversation about whether God exists, and you take it seriously because you're so pissed you think the papers come over and say local pissheads finally prove existence of God. And the guy's going, do you believe it? And I said, you don't want to go there, mate. He said, yeah, I do. And I said, all right, I believe there's no smoke without fire, and the story's been going on for a long time. So yeah, there probably was a bloke called Jesus, but back in the day they put him on the cross, right? And Then they took him down and they said he was dead, but they didn't put through a fucking MRI. This was 2,000 years ago. They didn't know if he was dead. He was crucifying up people, some of them, and they put him in a cold place, so he probably went into kind of hypothermia and came out and had a near-death experience and explained a lot of things. And they said he walked on water. That could have been a heat haze. You know what I mean? They weren't really working out all the science and technology of stuff like that. And it's not fucking working anyway, because it was fighting in Jerusalem last week, which is where he was fucking crucified. And what did he say on the cross? Forgive them, you know, for they know not what they do. But in that case, you should change your logo, because outside my church, it's a fucking 3D effigy of a bloke being tortured to get death, which is not a very good sales pitch, is it? Why can't you just go with a fucking Buddha with a big smile and a big belly? You know what I'm saying? It's just that he said forgive them, and a girlfriend of mine shagged another bloke about 10 years ago, and I forgave her, right? That's why I haven't got a 3D printed model of her fucking another bloke at my front door anymore. So I'm just saying, anyway, it's been a pleasure. Thanks so much.
People, we have come a long way together. We have come a long way since the start of the show. You have been an absolutely wonderful first audience of the year. You are phenomenal people, so you deserve a phenomenal